Hey, welcome everybody to the show. You guys already know what it is. It's your boy Stu here. Got AT coming on here pretty soon. Today's episode, keeping it quick, we keep it clean. It's gonna be a banger. We're gonna have a lot of juicy stories for y'all today. It's gonna be a great episode, man. AT, man, tell them what we're talking about, bro.
Right. How y'all doing today, my beautiful, lovely people? I'm Aaron Thompson, as y'all well know. And today, on today's episode, we will be talking about dorm life at HBCUs. You know, whether you attended one, whether you want to attend one, this is the show for you because we're going to give y'all a little juicy in-depth on some of our stories of living at an HBCU. And we're going to inform y'all on things you should be ready for and expect. So, you know, sit back, get your popcorn snacks, and let's get it, man. We on the road.
Exactly. We're going to dive deep into all the stuff that happens in the boom boom rooms, all the separate boom boom rooms, the stuff that happens in the dorm rooms. Man, I got some crazy stories, man. Aaron got some crazy stories. Our guests, we're going to make sure we get the crazy stories out of our guests, man. We're going to keep it 100% real, 100% live with y'all, have some great laughs, but also keep it educational as well, as we always do here on this podcast.
Most definitely. And first off, you know, I want to kind of start off, man. I stayed in Tucker at Livingstone, man. Tucker, when I came in, boy, hey, Tucker was a place to be. Hey, Stu, did you stay at Tucker, man?
Yeah, I stayed in Tucker my second year, man. I stayed in Tucker my sophomore year.
Hey, Tucker went down. We had all the ladies in Tucker, man. We had parties in Tucker. The dorm rooms, we had parties in there, man. We had different guests, all that, man.
All the time, bro.
It went down. It went down.
If it wasn't the parties, people was smoking, people was fighting. Like it was it was a whole community, bro. Tucker was a whole community, bro. It was definitely
right.
Living in Tucker that year was the best year of my life because it was like the craziest stuff happened in my life. But it was just crazy, like, and you hear some of the stories. The stories that I tell on this episode today is most of it gonna come from that year. So we're gonna have some crazy stories about that, man.
Facts. And I want to kind of jump off with, this, you know, Tucker, man. First off, I want to let people know you have resident hall of directors at Tucker. Like you have the main man who not a student most of the time. One of the times, RHDs are not students at the school. They may, you know, they may be a different, you know, person outside of school, but you don't have students as an RHD. But resident assistants, those are usually a student who, you know, that kind of deals with financial aid. You know, they do work study and they get their money, you know, off being a resident assistant. And they pretty much help the RHD when he's off, you know, because eventually the RHD after a certain time, they off duty. After 10, 12 o'clock, RHD gone. So the resident assistant, you know, is supposed to be the overseer of the dorm. But shoot, if you get in cool with the RA, you straight. You ain't gotta worry about nothing.
Exactly. I made sure I stay cool with my second floor. Cause I was on the second floor. I made sure I stay cool with my second floor RA, and plus my second floor RA was on the football team, so bro, we was cool with it.
That's what's up. And I want to let people know as well, like, you know, not as far as you know, the party and stuff. Other than that, dorm life is really a good place. You know, it's supposed to be a place, your safe haven, where you can kind of go to get away from all the chaos outside of the dorm, like campus and different things like that. because in your dorm room, you got your lounges and where they have TVs, you can just chill, watch TV. Sometimes we have different, you know, game events. We may have a game night or something like that, or a Madden tournament. Different things to keep people entertained in the dorm. If you want to be in your room, a lot of people like this, be in a room, chilling, studying and doing different things like that. But most of the time, you have your lounges where you, you just chill. If just to get out your room and play games sometimes, and they got different couches. You got vending machines. You can go to the vending machine, get you a snack or two, and just chill and relax.
Boy, you reminiscing, man. You reminiscing, ain't you? Man, nah, I ain't going to lie, bro. I ain't going to lie. I remember I learned how to play spades at Tucker before. Before going to Livingstone, I did not know how to play spades. So I learned how to play. I learned
Oh
how to play
wow.
spades. Yeah, bro. I learned how to play spades in Tucker, man. What else? Shoot, man. I've never seen so many girls run out of a dorm room with just some brown panties. Like I'm sitting. I remember I'll be sitting downstairs watching TV or whatever, because my roommate doing something, whatever he want to do, he want to be left alone. I'm sitting there and watch TV, and you see girls just run outside holding their little shirt and stuff, trying to get themselves together as they run out the door. And I'm just like, and sometimes I knew the girl, so they'd be like, "Hey, Stu," and I'm like, "What's up?" Like it's just normal. Like, bro, the stuff you see in college is by far the craziest stuff you ever gonna see in your
It's
life, bro.
crazy.
Man, with that
It's
being said,
crazy.
man.
And
With that being said, At, go ahead, give me some facts, man. Give me your facts of the day.
one of my let me see. Let me see. I really didn't have any. I got a top list of some of the top dorms in HBCU land. We're gonna just a few of them. You got Spelman, you got Howard, you got Xavier University of Louisiana, you got Hampton, you got Morehouse, you got North Carolina A&T, as well as Florida A&M and Tuskegee. Those are some of the best dorms in HBCU land, as well as I'm assuming the list was based off most likely capacity, as well as just student life. They probably have the best student environment as far as dorm life. But personally, as far as my experience at Livingstone, it was a good experience. Um, we had some crazy times. Like we had days where you got females coming in the room, coming in dudes' rooms and different things like that, and it's a all out party in the dorms. And as well, so one of the things I want to kind of get to you all is the when you get in the dorm room, most times you share like a shower and the bathrooms. So if you go to a certain HBCU or college or institution, be ready to make sure you first off make sure you have your slides or sandals when you take a shower, or even if you're just going to the bathroom, because you want to be safe. Because you never know what you can kind of catch or get anything. You don't want no kind of itis or none of them diseases or anything like that. So make sure you have your slides and different things like that to kind of protect yourself, because you share shower, washing machines as well as the bathroom. So make sure you do that, because dealing with some dorm rooms, you will come into that, as well as you you have a roommate. Most dorms, you don't have your own room. Depending on what school you go to, or depending on what dorm you're in at a certain school, you don't have your separate room. So you got to be cautious of different things, such as protecting your personal items, as well as being organized, because you want to have respect for your roommate. If you have a roommate, be respectful, because you don't know you don't know what can offend or hurt your roommate, because they may believe something you don't believe, or they may feel a certain way about things that you don't feel. So you want to be respectful and make sure you communicate with them, because more times than not, you're not gonna know your roommate before you get there. unless you request it. You can request your roommate, but if you don't request your certain roommate, then you will be in a room with somebody you don't know. So make sure you have that conversation off bat. Make sure you introduce yourself to your roommate first off. Get to know
Hey,
them
Aaron,
so you
real quick.
understand what you're getting into.
Um, tell us about your freshman experience, or at least the experience you had when you got to meet your roommate that you didn't know for the first time. What was that like for you?
My actually, it was only well, it was twice. My first experience with a person I didn't know that when met my roommate when I first went to Livingstone. It was a bro. I don't want to say his name, but it was a bro. It was actually four dudes in the room. It was my bro Josh and my bro Reese and my roommate at the time. And to this day, I'm cool with Reese and I'm cool with Josh. To this day, they're my brothers. But my roommate at the time, we were real cool. We started off cool. Like we didn't have any issues. Cause me personally, I'm a good person to get along. Like I don't like to, irritate people. I don't like to bother anybody because I don't want you to bother me. I don't want you to irritate me, and I want to make you comfortable to
Right.
be around me. I know through this semester we're gonna be living with each other, so really it wasn't a crazy experience, honestly. Because when I first met my roommate, it was three of them in the room when I got there, and it was cool. We
Right.
introduced ourselves. We was like, "What's up?" and all that. It was a cool experience. But I'm gonna go to my next roommate, and it was actually my senior year. This was the beginning of my senior year, where actually Livingstone, they had an accident at the honors dorms, so half the building was flooded. So they sent those students to a hotel. So we was in the hotel room. So I pretty much had the room with another guy. He was a freshman at the time, and I didn't have any problems with him either. Like we didn't really have any issues. I introduced myself. What's up? How you doing? We ended up being cool. So I didn't really have any crazy experience. It was more so, because I'm not the type of dude that start anything or anything like that. And I had some good people, at the time as my roommate. So we didn't really have any issues. So what would you say yours was?
Man, let me see. Okay, good. So let me tell you, my freshman year, man. I think his name was Ben. I forgot his name. I'm pretty sure his name was Ben. My freshman year. I moved in. I was in the room. No, he was in the room first. He was in the room first.
Right.
Mind you, I was in Bridge. Mind you, I was in Bridge. So, technically, I had a new roommate twice in the same year. My first year, when I got to Bridge, the first time I had to live with this skinny dude named Tony or Tim. His name was Tim. He was kind of cool, but like he just had a weird vibe about him. Like he wanted to be left alone. I wanted to make new friends, but he wanted to be left alone. So it was kind of like a weird dynamic. That's how I got friends with Malik.
Right.
But the start of the school year, I had another roommate. His name was, yeah, like I said, Ben or something like that. I think his name was Ben. And by the time I got to campus, he was already moved in. He had his stuff there. His mom was all there, and his mom was like, "Hey, how you doing? My name is like Cynthia or something like that. And this is my son Ben. He's gonna be your roommate. Blah blah blah." So my mom and his mom chopping it up, and we both standing there like, "Bro, why are they talking to each other like we about to be lifelong friends?" And he's like, "I know, right?" And so
Mm.
it was kind of cool at first, but then bruh, so we both was kind of wild. I was drinking when we first got there. He was drinking. We both was doing some crazy stuff, but he went way overboard. I'm talking about I was in a room one night studying, trying to be a good student. This dude come in the room drunk off his butt, bro. Drunk off his butt. That I guess
Ah.
he came in drunk and he allowed his gay side to come out. Man, like I said, I have no problem with gay people. Love gay people. But I'm talking about he come in the room. What's good, Romy? I'm like, what's up? I'm like, you good? You feeling good?
What's up?
You got him with that. You got him with that. What's up? Like, what's up? Like, what you want?
Then what that look like? What you talking about, Cletus?
Now I'm studying. What you doing? Like, he's like, so he came in. He was like, so what you trying to do, bro? I'm like, now I'm about to sit here and study, and I'm gonna play the game for a little bit. He's like,
Right.
Man, that's where you born, bro. I'm like, man, I'm trying to graduate. He's like, man, we got 4 years for that.
Ah,
Like, he was so lit, bro. I know he was lit because when we woke up the next morning, like, I went to sleep in my bed. Obviously, he went to sleep in his homeboy's room, or maybe he went to get some. I don't know what he did, but he came back. When I woke up, he was in the bed. He was in the bed, bro. He came back. He was like, bro, what happened, bro? And I'm like, you don't remember nothing? He's like, nah. I was like, you was over here hitting on everybody and stuff. And I was like, he was like, what you mean hitting on everybody? He was like, bro, I was like, you was hitting on me. He's like, bro, what you mean I ain't gay? I'm like, yeah, you is. You a drunk gay.
uh,
You a drunk gay then. Cause like, bro, you definitely was.
oh Lord. Oh no.
Turns out he was actually gay. He came out of the closet a little bit later. But it was just funny that he tried to play it off like he wasn't gay. I'm like, bro, you definitely was hitting on people. Like, it was so funny, bro.
Wow.
But that was my freshman year.
That's
So
crazy.
yeah, and so my freshman year having him, he ended up getting kicked out of school in week like 3 or 4. So then I had a room to myself for a couple months, and then I got moved to a different room. Bro, I had like I have three, one, two, three, 4 different rooms my freshman year, bro. Four
Right,
different.
right.
I had the
Jeez.
one in Bridge. Then I had the one I just told you about, Ben. Then I got moved to in the room with a dude named Kuda. But Kuda had an apartment off campus with his girl, so he was never in the room. So I basically had the room to myself. And then I moved in with Tariq the Freak.
I don't remember. I don't remember.
All right, Tariq, the one he got a big neck. He got a big neck, really wide neck. You know what I'm talking about.
I don't.
You know who I'm
I
talking about.
probably
Anyway,
if by face I probably remember, but off
I'm
name,
gonna
nah.
I'm gonna send you a picture during a break. I'm gonna send you a picture. But yeah, he was my roommate second semester
Ah!
year.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, but so I had
Okay.
roommates freshman year, bro. It was great, man. It was great, man. Then sophomore year, I just had one roommate. I had Malik, and so but sophomore year was way more lit. I got some stories to tell y'all about sophomore year, bro. But with that being said, bro, what is your craziest story from college in dorms, like that happened in the dorm? Craziest story.
My craziest story. It's so many different situations. Um, let's see. I mean, I ain't really do. I mean, I had a little party in my room one time. I had some females and a few of the bros. We was all in the room smoking, chilling. Had some drinks. But I ain't really had no crazy stories. Like we just had a good time. I say we just had a good time. Like because at the time, I was smoking. I was smoking weed, but that was really it. We used to chill, smoke, drink a little bit, just have a good time. You know, I mean, outside of that though, I mean, other people, I remember we used to have girls run down the hall. They used to play like knock on the doors and stuff like that. We'll see females running up and down the halls playing.
I'm
Like it was crazy.
It definitely was. It definitely was. Tucker was definitely lit, bro. Like my freshman year, I stayed in Dancy, but my sophomore year, my second year, the one where all the crazy stuff happened in Tucker. So Tucker was definitely the lit dorm room for sure. But definitely my my craziest story would probably man man I guess if I had to choose between, I ain't gonna say no names because they gonna end up watching the show, and I don't want them calling me, Stuart, why you put my name on that show? So I ain't gonna put no names out there. But
Right.
let's say my homegirl was dating my homeboy. You know what I'm saying? Was dating my roommate, and I had my own girl. I was dating Khadijah at the time, so it was me, my girl, and my homeboy and his girl. My roommate, homeboy, his girl, we all together and stuff. Turns out his girl got into some beef with some of the sweethearts of Star Trek. I was part of Star Trek. Star
Right,
Trek
right.
Entertainment. Shout out to y'all. Shout out. So, so got into some beef with Star Trek. Turns out, bro, the girls from Star Trek come banging on my door. Hey, Stu, we know that bitch in there. Open the door. Open the door. I'm like, I'm like, bro, how they know she here? Wait, what'd you do? And so, and so she started hiding in the closet. She's like, don't open the door. Don't open the door. Don't open the door. Yo, these girls so mad. And they talking about, we ain't gonna fight her, bro. We ain't gonna fight her. We need to talk to her, bro. She did some mess up stuff. She want to talk. Bro, it got some. I never opened the door. I never opened the door. And my roommate,
Oh,
I
you
ain't gonna
can't.
say about that. He talking about, bro, we gotta open the door, bro. I'm like, no, I'm like, shut your ass down. You about to open the door? You have a whole chaos in the room. So that's one
Lord.
more. And no, the girls sat out there for hours, bro. They was out there for a long time until his girl left. And when she ended up leaving, they ended up finding her and confronting her. They ain't fighting nothing, but they was talking to her, so like that. So that wasn't up good. But then later in the year, somebody who was running, somebody that ran to my crew. Okay, once again, I'm not gonna put his name out there, even though I don't fuck with him, even though I don't like him. I'm not gonna put his name out there. Somebody was in my crew got in an argument with the same girl who I was telling you about, my roommate's girlfriend. Bruh, this dude came in the room, started screaming and yelling. They both was arguing at each other. But first and foremost, he pushed her. We was in Gullah. It was me, my girl, my roommate, his girl. We was in Gullah watching the movie. So they get into an argument. I don't know if
Mm-hmm.
he was drunk or whatever. I think she was drunk. And she ended up trying to hit him. She tried to swing on him something. He ended up picking her up and throwing her on the couch. Just like, Ugh. I'm like, bro, what?
Oh, wow.
You can't be throwing no female. He was like, bro, threw her on the couch. I'm like, yeah, but dang, you still can't be throwing no female, bro. Man,
Right.
so we end up taking her, my girlfriend, and everybody back into my room, and we end up chilling, trying to lay low, trying to let stuff play off, stuff like that. And okay, and then he ended up coming in here. He was like, "Hey, Stu, bro, I need to talk to you." I'm like, "Bro, why everybody talk to me? What do I got to do with this?" So he ended up opening up the door. My roommate opened the door like a dummy. Hey, what that bitch doing in here, bro? What's she doing in here? I'm like, why does nigga have to open the door? And she was like, what? 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 What's going off? And I'm like, bro, stop. I'm over here trying to hold her back. I'm trying to hold her back. And he over and then my homeboy trying to hold back the other dude in our crew. And then we're going back and forth, back and forth. What's name had to push him into how the Tucker had those glass mirrors and stuff. Had to push him to the
Right.
glass mirror, end up breaking the glass mirror. I had to. She was about to fight, like she was about to start swinging. She pulled something. I think it was a pair of scissors or something. She grabbed something off of there. It was like she just launched herself. I guess trying to stab him or something. I had to catch her mid-air, like I pulled a Julio Jones, bro. I had to catch her mid-air. I catch her mid-air and I threw her into the window. I'm like, yo, stop! What are you doing? Ended up breaking my window, bro. So I ended up breaking my window. My roommate ended up breaking the glass
Wow.
mirror. Like, bro, it was a whole bunch of arguments back and forth. And she was like, nah, I'm getting sick of him. He wants some, come get some. I'm like, bro, what is going on, bro? Like,
It was crazy. I was having a crazy time.
crazy, bro.
Hey, that
Crazy.
reminds me. That reminds me, bro. I had my first fight in college in the dorms, but it wasn't. It didn't start in the dorms. It started outside. Cause
That's not
we was
that was
outside.
outside.
We was outside of Dancy, right? We was playing. You remember? I ain't gonna say his name. I ain't gonna say his name. Cause we don't want to talk about people who can't defend themselves. So it was this guy. Um, we was playing football outside. We was doing like one on ones. We was doing like one on ones. And Buddy was getting whooped. We was talking junk. I was talking junk. I was like, bro, you trash, bro. Just sit down, bro. You can't play, bro. You suck. So we ended up going against each other. Buddy was like,
Right.
oh yeah, I'm gonna get you. He was like, I'm gonna get you. I was like, bro, you suck. Stop playing. So I lined up with him, bro. He went for like a post route, bro. I jammed him up real quick. Then he kind of got off me. He was running all right there with him. He did like a post. I'm with him, bro. The ball was up in the air. I tapped it down. Bro, I'm like, bro, you trash, bro. You suck. So, so, so we're sitting here playing. Oh my god. But anyways, so I knocked the ball down. I'm like, bro, you trash. So fast forward, fast forward to when we get into the dorm. So I'm still talking to me and my boys. He's like, ah, you welcome to radio trash, blah, blah. We get in my boy dorm room. We still talking trash. So Buddy walked past the room. He like, bro, you still talking trash? I'm like, yes, bro, you suck. I'm like, bro, you trash. So he's coming in the room. He like, bro, but you can't fight me, though. I'm like, bro, it ain't got nothing to do with fighting. You suck at football, bro. I don't want to fight you, bro.
Right.
So he talking junk. I'm like, bro, chill, get out my face. So he pushed me. I pushed him back, bro. And I just stole on him. I'm sorry, bro. I'm not a violent person. But I just stole on him, bro. Like, you're not about to shoot me like I'm your little son or something. So we started fighting. I threw a few punches. Then he gonna grab me, so we fall on the bed and roll on the floor. And then I threw another punch. Then my bros, they finally picked me up because they were like, bro, stop whipping him like that. He was like, what? He said, bro, why you doing like that? I'm like, bro, he tried me. So that's probably one of my craziest experiences in a dorm room as far, personally, because we was going at it.
Hey, like I just posted here on the page. I want to know what's y'all favorite dorm room memory, bro. What is y'all favorite memory? Whether it's you got into an altercation, whether you got into a fight, whether the housing people. What is y'all favorite dorm room memory? So I'm definitely gonna give y'all time to think about that. Go ahead and post that in the comments. What is y'all favorite dorm room memory? But this is probably gonna be the best episode because we just talking. We just having fun. As you can tell, me and Aaron, we just telling our favorite stories, man. We telling some juicy stories, some stuff that happened in our dorm room. So I want to hear what is y'all craziest funny story that ever happened in the dorm room, man. Got to hear that, man. I want to hear them stories, man. Make sure you guys post that in the comment. Oh my god, I forgot to put this up here. Also, make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe to this video. Once again, once we get up to 100 subscribers on YouTube, we're giving out $200. Make sure you guys definitely go like, share, and subscribe to this video so we get 200 subscribers here on the YouTube channel. Man. We had a couple of crazy stories, man. We had a couple of great things. Man, just reminiscing on some of the things you guys heard me tell one of our crazy stories. Actually, two of my crazy stories after that happened to me in college. I got plenty more. If you guys ever want to know, you guys ever want to hear some more from crazy stories, just hit us up on Facebook, hit us up on Instagram at the True Brothers Podcast, hit us up on YouTube, here on Facebook at Cut Up Stew. Like, yo, tell us your craziest dorm room memory, dorm room story. We want to hear about it. If you guys want to hear some more about my stuff, his stuff, hit us up about that, man. Hey, Aaron, man, since I'm done with that, why don't you go ahead and introduce the question of the day?
All right, beautiful people. I'm getting myself situated. But the question of today, for those who want to win our grand prize of $40, what is the largest housing capacity in the HBCU world? So, again, what HBCU has the largest housing capacity? And if you get that question right, you're going to win $40. And you're going to go ahead and be able to take your girl out to get something to eat today.
God, to get something out to eat. Or anyway, y'all don't never tell us y'all got no money. You just gonna get your nails done. You don't never tell us you got no money. You just gonna get your nails done. That's what that is.
Right. They know they need that money, Stu. They better go get it. They better come get it.
Yeah, I know. Man, with that being said, we're going to go ahead and take a quick break. But when we come back, we're going to chop it up a little bit more. We're going to bring in our guests, and we're going to continue the show. So you guys go ahead and sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
A lot has been going on. A lot. You know how they say you don't miss something until it's gone? Well, I've definitely been missing this. Wait for that. Definitely missing that. Thankfully, the wait is over. Because it's all back. Well, with a slight twist. It's the game you love, like we've never seen it before. All the space, ready to make history. This is the same as yet. The whole game. I think we can all agree. We're glad it's back.
Hey, y'all, and we are back. We are back. Hey, I had to close that commercial real quick. I let you guys know the NBA is back. The NBA, I actually got it. I got it on my TV right now. You feel me? So right now we have the New Orleans Pelicans. Why can I not press mute on my remote? There we go. We got the New Orleans Pelicans up against the Utah Jazz. Coming up right after this, we have the Los Angeles Clippers facing up against the Los Angeles Lakers. Yo, the NBA is back. Sports is back. It's been 140 days since we had sports. You know, that's how this podcast started. That's how Chopping Up Stu started, was talking about sports. And then sports just went away. So I ain't have nothing to talk about. But hey, glad to have sports back, man. It's been 140 days since we had some sports. Well, since we had basketball. You know, baseball has been on, and I've been trying to watch some baseball. I've been sitting here watching baseball, like, I guess I can sit here watching baseball. But baseball ain't all that interesting. But hey, basketball is back, man. Make sure you guys go, man. Basketball is back today. The Utah Jazz versus the New Orleans Pelicans is on right now. Right after that, it's going to be the Los Angeles Lakers versus the Los Angeles Clippers. So make sure you guys tune in for that game. Hey, it's when the game come on every day. They start at 12 o'clock and they go on all the way to like 9, 10 o'clock at night. They're playing 88 games, starting with the Utah Jazz and New Orleans Pelicans. They're playing 88 playing games, and then right after that, I think they're doing a best of 3 series for the NBA playoffs. There's going to be an NBA champion crowned this season. So, Aaron, man, how do you feel about the NBA coming back?
Hey, it's exciting for real. I mean, my Hawks not playing, but you're gonna have some really good basketball. Like you said, tonight you got Utah against Denver. That's a great game. That's a great game, as well as Los Angeles against LA Clippers. You know, that's potentially a Western Conference Final matchup right there. So that's gonna be a great game as well. My top contenders, man, out west, like I said, you got the Lakers, you got Clippers, but a wild card, I'm gonna say, for the Western Conference Finals, you got Denver. They gonna be a problem. People need to watch out for Denver because they can really issue, as well as my under the radar team is the Oklahoma City Thunder. Them boys can ball as well. They got 3-headed monster point guard with my boy Dennis Schroeder. You got Chris Paul. You got Shai Gilgeous Alexander, as well as some other few pieces they got on the team. So I feel like those are some 4 teams that you can kind of look for in the West. Out East, you can expect to see Boston. Boston gonna be a big threat as well. Then you got Philly. If they can put everything together, Philly can be a big threat as well. Milwaukee. I can't forget Milwaukee, but that goes without saying. I don't really got to talk about Milwaukee. People already know what they bring. They some beasts. So if I had to put it all on the line, I ain't gonna do it right now. Y'all don't need to know all that, but just know it's going down.
Hey, man, I was just thinking just not during the break, man. I was just not thinking just not during the break. We need to have some type of competition. I think we need to. I think we need to get some more money on the table. I think we need to put some more money out here. I think we
Okay.
need to have a raffle. We need to have a DraftKings. I'm gonna set up a DraftKings for this podcast. People can join the
Okay.
podcast, and then we're gonna have a money giveaway like that. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna especially for the NBA Finals, we're gonna choose who's gonna win the NBA Finals. We're gonna do a pick 'em. All right, you
Okay.
pick the team one NBA Finals. It's gonna be a $10 buy-in. It's probably depending on how many people plays. That's how much money we're gonna get. So let's say if 12 people play, that's gonna be $120 grand prize. So I think that's gonna be great, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Like basketball is back. It's
Yeah.
time to get some
Yeah.
betting back. It's time to have some fun, man. It's time to get with it.
Hey, I like it. I like the idea, because I'm gonna steal everybody money, so they don't want to against me. I'm gonna take everybody money.
With that being
You
said,
know what I'm saying?
make sure you guys follow me on Xbox at Proving Castro 75. If you're trying to get your butt clapped, it's some 2K.
For sure, for sure. But Stu, with that, before our guest, have you heard anything? Is he on stage yet?
Nah,
He not ready.
he hasn't reached yet. He has not reached
Okay,
backstage yet.
okay.
But he'll be here just
Okay. Well, we'll get him on as soon as possible for the guest. If not, then we're gonna keep it rolling. But with that, I want to kind of remind people, throughout, whether you listening to our stories and taking into account, don't just let our stories steer you wrong. You may not agree with some of our stories or different things like that, but we just want to inform you, inform on certain things that you may encounter or different things you gonna get into on campus. But first and foremost, I want to tell people, like I said before, I want you to respect. First off, make sure you respect your roommate if you have one, because you sharing the space with somebody else, and you don't want to interfere with you don't interfere with them in a negative way, just like you don't want them to interfere with you in a negative way. So make sure be courteous and kind to their privacy and their space at different times, studying and different things like that, because you may be in a room with somebody who is very big on their schoolwork, so they want they quiet time, they want different things like that. So make sure you be respectful. And as far as also, matter of fact, also, there for those who may not want, to be in the room with somebody, most colleges, institutions, and HBCUs have single dorm rooms. They have honors dorms. So if you qualify for those dorm rooms, you will get those. But sometimes, even if you don't
right.
qualify, you still can pay. You can pay your way into it. So make sure, if you don't want to be with somebody, you just that person who don't want to be with a roommate, then make sure you look into that when you go to school. Make sure you request that in advance. Make sure you either first get your grades up, or two, put that money and invest it into that, so you can have that personal space for yourself. 'Cause most dorm rooms, campuses have dorms where you can be by yourself. Like Livingstone, for example, we have honors dorms where you have a single room, but you share a bathroom. That's the only thing about that. Share a bathroom with a person, but you get to sleep in your own room and you can have your privacy. You just got to share a bathroom, but even still, you can lock the door. Do what you need to do. But then again, you still have to communicate with your partner and make sure, you clean and make sure they're clean, to where y'all not, interfering with each other, and make sure y'all not jumping in when somebody's using the bathroom, different like that. Make sure you be courteous of those things as well. And with that, Stu, I want to ask you, how did being on your own at a college campus impact your life?
You said how to be in what?
Being on campus, how did that impact your life? Did it affect you in any way living on your own? How did you feel about, being on your own at a college campus?
Well, first and foremost, being on your own is definitely something like it's definitely a different beast. Coming out of high school, everything is
Right.
pretty much assigned for you. You had to wake up at a certain time, go to class at a certain
Right.
time, eat at a certain time. Everything is basically mapped out for you. And so when you get to
Right.
college, ain't nothing mapped out for you. You can choose to do whatever you want. You can choose to sleep in. You can choose to never go to sleep. You can choose to always sleep. You can choose to do whatever you want to do. And so it's definitely a big change of mind, a big change of heart because I had that was my biggest thing was figuring out how I wanted to live my life. I'm figuring out how did I want to go to school on time? Did I want to have an 8 o'clock class? Did I want to have a 10 o'clock class? So living in a dorm was a big adjustment because it's really the first time a lot of people are living by
Right.
themselves. They don't have a
Mhm.
mother, they don't have a father telling them what to do. It's really the first time they're living by themselves. It's really good taste to figure out, hey, do I want to stay in an apartment by myself? Like, I mean, yeah, you have a dorm, you have like for real, you have a roommate, but other than that, like
Yeah,
some
they
people
not
don't have
parents
roommates.
though. They not gonna tell you when to wake up. You see what I'm saying? They worried about themselves.
Exactly, they worry about themselves. So, I'm like, you basically living by yourself, and that's something I loved about staying in dorm rooms. Because at the same time, you living by yourself, but once you get you a core group of friends, you always got somebody watching your back. So that's why making friends is so good, man. Definitely hanging out inside the dorm room is probably the second best place behind the cast. It's the best place to go and intermingle with people. It's the best friends. Like, bro, you go and you sit there, you talk to people, you play video games with each other. You figure out what type of stuff people like in their bedrooms. Like, it's crazy.
Fact, fact. And me personally, because first off, I'm gonna start like I was always before I went to college. I was a shy person. I never like you would never see me on a live stream. You wouldn't see me on a live stream. You would find Aaron somewhere chilling, playing the game, watching sports, outside playing football. Doing different things like that. But I
Right,
once I finally came off to college, it was a whole different ball game because I never wanted to leave Atlanta, because that's my comfort zone, and I never got out of that comfort zone. So once I got to college, it was a whole different ball game. I moved into the dorm. I'm staying on campus all the way in North Carolina, away from my home. My mom wasn't there. My family wasn't there, so in the dorm room, it was like you said, it's you living on your own and I don't have that person to wake me up in the morning. I mean, you usually find once you get comfortable at school, you find different people and you find your friends and different things like that to who will call you or text you, make sure you go to class or whatever. But even still, like it was different because I had to choose to go to eat breakfast in the morning. I had to choose to go to class in the morning. If I had 8 o'clock and a 9 o'clock, and then I had a break until my 1 o'clock, I had to choose to want to go to that 1 o'clock because I could have slept in after my 8 9 o'clock because I was tired. But I learned how to be responsible and manage
whoo,
my time to where I went to class, man. So it was definitely a different feel, and it was good because it brought me out of my shell. And actually, I met people in the dorm rooms. I met my roommate. Me and my roommate used to when I first got to school. We used to do everything. We used to chill in the PV together. We used to go to parties together,
right.
and then we link up in the caf together. Different things like that. So it was definitely great. Having that experience on campus and living in the dorm rooms. It was a real good experience.
Yeah, definitely. Something I definitely a tip that I can give people who are about to live in dorm rooms. A tip I can give you guys is make sure you never, ever, ever, don't ever, never, ever, never take somebody's clothes out the washer. Just put your clothes in the washer. Don't do it. Don't touch people's clothes. That is that's an instant fight. That's an instant fight. If you want to make somebody fight, mess with their clothes when it's in the washer. Because most college campuses they have a public washroom and dryer, like wash and dryer area, and that means everybody washing their clothes and stuff in there. That means, bruh, if somebody's using the washer and you need to wash it just because in a hurry does not mean you have permission to take their stuff out the washer and put your stuff in there. That is an instant fight off rip. We gotta throw hands. It is that serious.
You gonna have to see me. You gonna have to see.
You gonna have to
No,
see
I'm
me.
playing. I'm playing. I'm not violent. I'm not violent. But yeah, like Stu said though, be courteous. Be courteous, and that goes with, with the rooms as well. And even the showers. Like, don't be in the showers for 45 to an hour. You see what I'm saying? Don't shower all the time. I mean, don't not.
Whoa,
My bad. My bad. Make
whoa.
sure you shower, but don't be in there for a long time. Don't be in there a long time because other people got to shower as well. So be courteous for that.
You don't want to take all the hot water, bro. You don't want to be that dude that's in there for like an hour and a half, take up all the hot water, and you just and people be like, bro, the water cold. Bro, that motherfucker took all the hot
Ah,
water, bro.
I'm telling. Hey, Stu. I used to be mad after track practice, and I was tired. I want to take a hot shower, bro. The water cold. I'm like, man.
And nothing worse than you try to take a shower and the water cold. You like, oh my god, I can't
I'm like,
do
no,
it.
man. Don't do me like that. Don't do me like that. But Stu, you wanna see somebody won this money? Did anybody answer the question today?
I was just about to say, hey, about to bring this question back up, man. I haven't had
Okay.
anybody even answer it, bro. I haven't even had anybody answer it. So,
Mm,
man,
mm,
look,
mm.
it looks like to be another day with no money, which means tomorrow's prize gonna
Hey,
be $60. I think people just,
yep.
I think people just trying to put it up until it's like $100.
I'm telling you,
I
right.
think
Nah,
that's
they
what
only
it's.
gonna get 80. They only gonna get 80 for this week. The 80 is the max.
Exactly. So ain't nobody answered it yet, man. So what we gonna do, man? We're gonna go ahead. We're gonna take another quick commercial break, and when we come back, hopefully our guests will be on here. But if not, we're gonna give you guys some more updates on the coronavirus and things like that. Some final remarks, and I'll be this show.
Most there.
A lot has been going on. Until it's gone. Well, I've definitely been missing minutes. Wait for that. Definitely missing that. Thankfully, the wait is good because it's all back. Well, with the flight twist. It's the game you love, like we've never seen it before. 22 teams. It's a whole game. But I think we can all agree we're glad it's back.
All right, and we are back. We are back. We are back. Hey, once again, man, make sure you guys go check out the game tonight. Only 100% that you guys got to go and check it out. Well, I got the game on the TV right now. Let's see. As of right now, the New Orleans Pelicans up. They got the lead right now. It's a commercial break right now, but it looks like New Orleans Pelicans got the lead right now.
Okay. Okay. Get that money. Get that
Shit!
money.
Somebody answered the question. I want Aaron. I want Aaron to go ahead and I'm gonna put the answer on the screen, Aaron. And all you gotta do is say yes or no. All right. So here go the answer.
No, it was Spellman.
And it is not true, man. It's all about Spelman College, man. So thank you, Jayla. So I mean, unfortunately, I'm happy she got it wrong because she been getting it right all week. She ain't been right all week. So I mean, I'm glad that people can see that Jayla's not a robot. We are not giving her these answers. She actually can get stuff wrong. So thank you so much for trying, Jayla. But that is not true. That is not correct. But I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna send you 10 just for trying because you don't who actually put something in. So I'm gonna go ahead and send you 10 for actually trying. Thank you so much for sponsoring the show and just being with us, man. Thank you so much for that. Um, so that's the question of the day, bro. So with that being said, man, I'm
Okay,
gonna go
okay.
ahead and I'm about to type in some coronavirus updates. Just some. I know we did this yesterday. I know we did it yesterday, but I want everybody to see the numbers that's going on. I want everybody to see how serious this stuff is. And I want you guys to understand get this stuff under control. All right, guys, go ahead and divert your attention to the shared screen right here. As you guys can see, the coronavirus numbers for North Carolina have 125 deaths. You guys got to be wearing your mask out here. You guys got to be wearing your mask. Make sure you guys wearing gloves. Make sure you guys are washing your hands. It is just that serious. It really is that serious. People are dying every single day, and I want you guys all to be safe out there. So, Aaron, man, you seen the numbers, bro. How do you feel about them? Like, you scared about what's going on? Like, about the coronavirus?
Me personally, I'm not scared for myself. I mean, I'm worried about other people, because I mean, I'm doing what I need to do. I'm social distancing from people. I'm wearing masks. I'm wearing my gloves. I'm washing my hands and different things like that. But I want to tell other people, make sure y'all doing what y'all supposed to do. Make sure you social distancing. If you need to go to the store, make sure you wear your mask. Like my boy Stu said, gloves. Not make sure you washing your hands. You putting sanitizer on, and you keeping your distance from people. Because not only do you want to watch out for yourself, but you want to watch out for other people because you don't want to interfere with other people's health. So, and especially older people. If you see an older person, don't be all up in their face. Don't be talking to them all up in here. You don't want to see all that. You don't want to be like that. Make sure you keep your distance. Do what you need to do and get out. If you want to go to the beach, go out to the bar, keep your distance from people. Be smart. Wear your mask, wash your hands, and keep your distance. Have a good time, enjoy yourself. Don't be trying to talk to everybody and doing all that, man, because everybody want to be safe. Everybody want to be healthy. So take the initiative to be the change that you want other people to be. Don't be that person out here talking about people not doing that. You out here not wearing your mask, you're not being clean, you're not keeping your distance. You want to communicate with everybody, you want to be close, you want to adapt people up. Don't be that person. So that's pretty much all I gotta say about it, Stu.
Right, man. As we sit here and we look at the numbers for Georgia, man, Georgia has 168,000 confirmed cases and 3,596 deaths there in Georgia. That's grown up by 79 deaths just from yesterday. Like it's really crazy. Um, it's just crazy. I
It,
don't know what to put, man. Like you guys got to wear your mask. You got to wash your hands. Like I keep sanitizer near me at all times. I got it right here next to me. Matter of fact, bam, I'm about to put some on right now. You know why? Because I feel like it. I want to make sure I'm clean at all times, man. It's that simple. You put sanitizer on, you wear your mask, you wear your gloves. Whew, now it smells citrusy because I got mine smell like citrus. So hey, make sure you guys mask up
and
and glove up.
also, Stu, I want to kind of Also, Stu, like you were saying yesterday, I want to kind of piggyback off that because I did some digging on, remember about what's it called? The hydrochlorine. What's it called again?
Hydroxychloroquine.
Yeah, hydroxy. Yeah, I did some research on that. So, folks, I stand corrected. It's not a cure. They're doing some research on it and some background information on it. So make sure y'all not just taking. I'm not gonna say it's not a cure, but make sure you don't take it without confirming it with a doctor or expert in that field because you don't want to take something that's not going to help you. So don't recommend it to somebody that's seriously sick or who has it or people who don't want to catch it because you don't want to make them sick or you don't want to give them something that's not going to properly heal them. So make sure you doing your research on anything that people recommend you take because anything people gonna say anything they want. So make sure y'all being smart. Don't take the chlorine and be smart. Be safe. Do what you need to do. And yeah,
Exactly.
Jayla, thank you for that information.
Yeah, as you guys saw, as Jella just put, there is a tropical storm coming. Make sure you guys stay safe out there. Um, the world is fixing itself little by little. There's been a whole bunch of rain, whole bunch of. On the positive note, the ozone layer is clearing up. The ozone layer is back to almost normal now, if it's not back normal already. People are dying left and right, but the Earth is healing, so that's really good. With that being said, you guys, I'm gonna go ahead and start wrapping up the show today. I want you guys to know anytime there's any updates about anything that goes on with the coronavirus or anything that goes on in sports, you guys will be able to hear it here first. Either on my Wednesday show, Chopping Up with Stu, which obviously was canceled this week because we had HBCU week. Um, Either on the Chopping Up with Stu podcast or the Brothers of Truth podcast. I'm gonna make sure you guys hear it first. We're gonna have 100% accurate information. Anything that's said here on this channel will be true. And you guys need to look out for that. For people who are unemployed, make sure you guys go to your local senator, your local House Representative member, and tell them we have to get the Heroes Act signed. The Republicans will try to push through some BS crap that is not going to help nobody but themselves. We've got to get the Heroes Act signed. You guys got to go November and vote, vote, vote. Republicans out of here and some bad Democrats out of here. We've got to do your research, find out who is really good and prevalent for you, and make your vote, man. We got to vote. We got to change this wave. Black lives matter, but so do black votes.
Facts. And just to piggyback off Stu, make sure you're always doing your research. No matter what party it is, the, whether it's Republicans, excuse me, I can't talk right now. Republicans, Democrats, independent. Make sure you do your research on any party. Hey, we not in favor of any party unless it's for people. And right now, the Democrats, they more for people. So do your research. Don't listen to other people and don't feed off what somebody else says. Make sure you do your own research on each party. If it's right for everybody in this country, then make sure you do that. Whether you're Republican, Democrat, be smart. Don't be a person who just feed off something because that's what you think is right. I mean, well, if you think it's right, then hopefully you got a good mindset. So if you feel like it's right, then do that. But do some research to educate yourself because not everything is good. And with that, go vote. Fall, we're gonna be going into Greek life. I know y'all ready for that. A lot of people like the D9s, so we're gonna dive into that. You got your Qs, you got your alphas, you got your AKAs, you got your deltas, you got your sigma, gamma, rhos, you got your iotas, you got all that, man. You got all these facts out here. So maybe y'all tune in tomorrow at 7.
Yeah, most definitely. Make sure you guys tune in tomorrow at 7. As my boy AT just said, it's gonna be lit. I'm gonna make sure I put some different music on. It's gonna be lit. Hopefully, the people on the show can maybe show us some strolls, bro. I'm lit for it, bro. The Greek game. I'm talking about the sigmas, the orders, the kappas, the Qs, the deltas, AKAs, SG rows, bro. A fight. We on the whole D9. We're gonna talk about
Yes,
every
sir.
one of them. give a little bit of brief history about every single one of them. It's gonna be lit. Make sure you guys tune in tomorrow at 7 o'clock for that. With that being said, I love all of y'all. Thank you guys for tuning in to today's show. Peace and love. Peace.
AT out.